Because of climate change, the Northeast has experienced 7% larger rainstorms in the last 55 years, and sea levels have risen 4 to 5 times faster than the global average. These factors contributed to making storms such as Hurricane Sandy so much worse, according to ACE. Climate change isn't only affecting the Arctic, it's affecting everywhere. The human race and our industries are producing more greenhouse gases than the Earth is, which means more heat trapped on the Earth, which is causing the seasons to become unpredictable. As someone who lives in Ohio, I understand the unpredictability of the weather. But being 2 weeks away from Christmas and there's still no snow on the ground is a red flag. Going from the most extreme winter we've had in years to now being 60 degrees is concerning. Today I will speak about sustaining our environment, how easy it is and why we need to. I'll start off by explaining how our climate works. Life on Earth depends on energy coming from the sun. About half the light reaching Earth's atmosphere passes through the air and clouds to the surface, which is absorbed and then radiated upward in the form of infrared heat. About 90% of that heat is then absorbed by the greenhouse gases and radiated back to the surface, which is warmed to a life-sustaining average of 59 degrees Fahrenheit. There are 4 major greenhouse gases. Water vapor, nitrous oxide, methane, and carbon dioxide. It is important for us to start sustaining the Earth now because we can't reverse what's already been done. But we can take measures that can help it from getting any worse. Climate change to many doesn't seem as big as a deal as scientists make it out to be. They need to focus on the bigger picture. According to this passage by Joe Rome, you have to remember that climate change so far, both observed and committed to, are minor compared to what the business as usual forecast for the end of the century. It's further emissions we need to worry about. Climate change is like a ratchet, which we wind up and by releasing CO2, once we turn the crank, there's no easy turning back to the natural climate. But we can still decide to stop turning the crank, and the sooner the better. If we do not take a stand against climate change, there are dire consequences to face. Global warming will result in more hot days and fewer cool days, which is the greatest warming occurring over land. Longer, more intense heat waves will become more common. Storms, floods, and droughts will be more severe as precipitation patterns change, and hurricanes may increase in intensity due to warmer ocean surface temperatures, according to NASA. The change in the growing season affects the broader ecosystem. Migrating animals have to start seeking food sources earlier. The shift in seasons may already be causing life cycles of pollinators, like bees, to be out of sync with flowering plants and trees. This can limit the ability of both pollinators and plants to reproduce, which could reduce food availability throughout the whole entire food chain. Hotter summers or more frequent fires will be leading causes of heat stroke and deaths, and higher levels of near-surface ozone and smoke, which would cause more code red on air quality days. On a longer time scale, fresh water will become scarcer, especially during the summers as mountain glaciers disappear. But there are ways we can sustain our planet. One is conserving water. Running water is using energy, and in order to get water, it takes equipment to use energy to get it there. Fresh water is limited, and not everyone can get it, so conserving it is critical because of the many lakes, streams, and oceans used for dumping waste. When brushing your teeth, turn off the faucet. It will save 25 gallons a month. Use a broom and dustpan instead of a hose to clean your driveway and sidewalk. And use cold water to wash all your clothes, even whites. Cold water washes just as well and saves water and energy as well as money. To help conserve energy, install a programmable thermostat. Many cost less than $50. Turn down thermostats 1 degree and save as much as 3% on your monthly heating bill. Keep doors and windows closed as much as possible. This includes overhead doors and attached garages. Open south-facing windows during the day and close them during the night to keep heat trapped in. These tips are given by Ohio Environmental Counseling. Also, you can recycle, which can help which can also help, and most communities have a local recycling station and offer recycling bins through waste collection agencies. So even when greenhouse gases are rising because of everyday human activity, we can reduce the amount of energy we use and help sustain the earth. By conserving water, energy, and heat and recycling, and though some people don't realize how much climate change has affected us or believe it isn't a big deal, the warmer, longer seasons we have tell us it is. So be the role model in your community by actively doing your part and helping the environment and make your planet proud.